Come along. Step off the ship with us today in Lisbon, an incredible port stop on our Ultimate World Cruise. We've got an action-packed day ahead. Get ready to visit iconic sites, explore a palace straight from a fairy tale, discover Cascais by the sea, and sail down the Tagus River. Just 10 miles upriver in the southwestern corner of Europe, Lisbon stands as the vibrant heart of Portugal. It's a city full of history, culture, and charm, waiting to be explored. Every morning, Zarko wakes me up with a Starbucks cappuccino. Yes, that's right, we have Starbucks on board. Sipping coffee on the balcony as the sun rises over the river brings the city to life. It's a perfect start to the day. The cruise port is just east of the city center, but today we've got a full day tour lined up with shore excursions. Good morning. We are on a shore excursions tour here in Lisbon. We're going to see like 3 different cities, towns, and it's an 8-hour trip. Only 8 of us in this big van. It's nice. So I think we're going to have a great day, and we're going to show you all kinds of things here in Lisbon and the outskirts also. So stick with us. Lisbon city proper has about 500,000 residents, but the greater Lisbon area, including the suburbs, swells to about 3 million. With Portugal's total population at 10 million, nearly a third of the country calls Lisbon home. We're off to the captivating city of Sintra, just 16 miles inland, where fairy tale palaces and rich history await. Well, we made it to the palace, and we're going to go in and see the palace. Located on a hillside near Lisbon, it's among Portugal's most visited tourist spots, attracting crowds year-round. Actually, in order to get up to the palace, you have to take you have to get into another little van. It's so steep. And it was switchbacks all the way up here as it was. And we're at 500 meters, actually, straight up the mountain at the very top. Well, I can't believe we're here. When I booked this tour, I didn't realize it included this palace, which is totally amazing. I've seen so many videos of this place, and I thought, well, that's just impossible to see it when we're in Lisbon in the short period of time that we're there, but it just came upon me that this is where we are. It's crazy. Palace of Sintra used to be a monastery. They kicked out the monks, and the king came in and made it into a palace. Built in the 12th century as a monastery, it was later transformed into a royal palace in the 19th century for the king's summer residence. It looks more like a castle than it does a palace, doesn't it, Zarko? Holy cow, look at the tile work. This looks amazing. Hard to believe it was a monastery. Look at the snake. Whoa, this is so cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're entering the palace, which is very exciting. Like, I'm getting adrenaline rush to see something so cool. Okay, this is really unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's one of those iconic things you see. Okay, you guys, you're not gonna believe this place. Well, you see pictures, you see videos, but it's one of those places you gotta come. You gotta come. With timed entry tickets, the Pena Palace avoids the overcrowding that plagues many tourist sites, turning them into greedy, chaotic nightmares. This thoughtful approach, however, makes for a much more enjoyable experience. So it definitely has Arabic tiles. I love all the Arabic tiles. Beautiful. Take a look at the water spout. Water spouts are amazing. The palace, it looks like a blend of Moorish fortress and a German fairy tale castle, combining a unique mix of fantasy and architectural styles that's unlike anything we've ever seen. Inside, the palace isn't huge, but it's a perfect example of quality over quantity. The attention to details is incredible, with the tile work on the ceilings and walls showcasing breathtaking beauty. You really have to see it to appreciate it fully. This is the Queen's office. Look at the ceiling. Oh, it's paint, but looks 3D. Wow. Now we're outside. Look at all the people. They have 5,000 people that come here every day, actually. 5,000. I mean, take a look at where these people are standing. That would be a perfect spot to protect the palace. There's a restaurant down over there, too.
Actually, the line is not that big.
No, the line's not bad. They keep it moving because they keep it a small number of people, actually. There you can see the entry, the portico. Wow. What a view. What a view. Now we're in the Great Hall. There's Zarko. Pretty amazing. It's a really fun tour. You could get lost here if you didn't have a tour, for sure. It's huge. The stone guardian above the entrance, with bulging eyes, it seems to challenge you with a silent scream, "I dare you to enter." What you see on your screen is stunning, but it's nothing compared to being here in person. Neither our cameras nor words can do it justice. We're really lucky with the weather. It's a perfect sunny day, neither too hot nor too cold. Often, though, the palace is shrouded in fog from the marine air rolling in from the Atlantic. There he is, the king of the hill. The king of the hill. There he is. Oh, this is really fun. Really nice tour. I can't get over the clouds, how they're coming over this. They say it's always cool up here. This place feels like a true fairy tale. It's almost too magical to be real. If you're in Lisbon, it's a must-see. Sintra seems so intriguing, but with just an hour to wander, we're left with wishing we had more time. What's the name of the town?
Sintra.
Sintra. And we immediately jumped on this table because we can see everybody. We ordered everything is Portuguese cheese, roasted peppers,
Want to show them?
bread, and yeah. And Zarko got a huge beer. And of course, you know, Portugal's known for their wine. So yeah, look at the size of this cheese.
No, look at the size of this beer.
Yeah, that's craziness. Anyway, we're having lunch. We have like an hour, and we're gonna get back on the bus and continue on our tour. This is such a cute little town. I really like it. It's very busy.
Yeah, nice view.
Nice view.
Watching people.
Yep. As you know, we love to do that. So it's a small village with a few restaurants and shops, and people are just kind of walking around and they're buying pastries and having lunch. That's a big engine. It's like a car. Like that's where the royal family lived during the summers, actually. Our tour continues with a visit to Cascais, a delightful beach town renowned for its sandy shores. It's just a few miles from Lisbon, and we're starting on the west side of the bay, walking towards Cascais Center. We're on a tight schedule, so it's just stop, see, and then go. We're absolutely wowed. Cascais is such a delightful town. Little traffic, a lovely bike lane, and the beach is calling our names. After 220 days of nonstop travel, we're craving a slower pace. Maybe staying a week in one spot. Portugal seems perfect for that. Most of the tourists, they flock to the Algarve, and it looks like an amazing destination from the videos that we've seen. When will we get there? It's hard to say with so many beautiful places worldwide. We've lost track of how many times we've vowed to return, but Portugal just moved way up our list. Cruises are great, but the real gems are often further inland. The pavers are laid out in a way that creates a stunning optical illusion of waves. It's really, truly unique. I've never seen this anywhere else, and it adds such character to this beautiful town. She's saying it's warm. It's not warm. It's perfect.
Look at the waves.
Yeah, I like it. It's different.
I think it's small to...
Yeah. Restaurants, cafes, and tourist shops are everywhere. But we're skipping the coffee. We've got to rush across to catch the tour bus waiting on the other side. The food looks excellent. After a beautiful drive back to Lisbon, now we've reached the impressive Jeronimos Monastery. It's a true architectural gem. Like right behind me is a monastery, and over 300 monks still live there. And then there's a church also. And there's a long lines to get in the church and whatnot, but it's quite impressive. It's really, really impressive. Everybody is coming here. It's like every tourist comes here. It's a major tourist stop.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. The stone carvings are incredibly detailed, covering the entire facade. Every inch is a masterpiece of craftsmanship. We walked over here to see the monument. We have like 10 minutes, but it's probably going to be worth it. And then we're also going to see it on the ship when we leave too, but don't have a lot of time, like 3-4 minutes now. Oh, that's impressive. Across the park is the monument to the discoveries. situated by the river where ships began their journeys to India and the Orient, honoring the Portuguese explorers. We're really enjoying this park. During our drive-by city tour, we passed various monuments and buildings, with the most impressive being a square paved like Cascais. This square is the city's focal point, and from here, you can walk along the shopping street toward the river. We had a wonderful tour, and now Portugal has captured our hearts. Well, we're heading out now from Lisbon, Portugal, and we're going to be sailing overnight. Tomorrow we're going to be in Porto, Portugal. This particular bridge here is the same builder that built the Golden Gate Bridge. Has the same style and everything. And then they kind of copied the Christ the Redeemer over here to my left, the monument. We loved our tour today, going to those beach towns and going up to that palace, and then getting to see the center of Lisbon. What a neat city. The captain announced that we're going to get very close to the bridge, the top of the bridge. So we'll show you, how close we do get. It's kind of cool. Oh, we're quickly approaching the bridge now.
See if we're gonna scrape the bridge.
See if we're gonna scrape the bridge. Like, he's got it like right down there. So, yeah, Zarko's got his camera pointed directly at there, so we can see how close we get. Okay, so everybody's watching now. We're quickly approaching the bridge. There it is right there. Very close. It's loud. You can hear the cars. It's crazy. And here it comes. Okay. Here it comes. We're getting close. Okay, we're in the shadow. Wow, it's really loud now with the cars. Okay. Going under it. So, okay, now we're gonna go over here and get a picture of the monument. Oh, look at this ferry. It's waiting for us to pass. So right behind the monument, you can see their stadium. Wow, from the water, the monument appears even more majestic, with a monastery rising behind it and the park stretching out in between. Like a lot of the ports, we just go directly out of a, harbor and there's nothing to see, but this is spectacular because we're in a river. So you come in this river from the Atlantic Ocean and you get to see all the buildings and everything of Lisbon. Makes it fun. We drove right by this earlier today. It's kind of neat to see it because we were driving this whole coastline earlier. So it's a great departure. Yeah. There goes the pilot. We're on our own once again. Our next stop is Porto. Tomorrow we arrive, and we invite you to join us for a day of exploring, cruising on a riverboat, and tasting the local beer. It's gonna be a blast, so don't miss it. Adios. from Lisbon, and see you in Porto.